There we go. That's a good fish right there. Really good fish. Oh, that's a big trout, guys. That's a big trout. Go ahead and get the net. Ooh, yeah. All right, guys. Trout magic right here. Hey, what's going on, guys? Richard here. Just wanted to update you on kind of what my game plan is today. So right now I'm going to go ahead and start sneaking up to some flats. It's the last little bit of outgoing tide, and my plan is to basically get on the edge of these flats, and all of that bait that has been pushed up on these flats around high tide is now going to start coming off. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of ease up there, start throwing a few different things. I've been seeing a lot of mullet, so I might start using some mirror lures, and maybe some trout magics and stuff like that as well, just to get my bait notice, because it looks like there's a ton of bait in the water, which is good, but it also can make it a little bit tough when you're throwing artificial to make sure that those fish are seen and keying in on your bait. So that's what I'm gonna do, guys, and I'll see you once I catch one. All right, guys, so right here, hey guys, you see all this bait and this activity? So I'm gonna throw this guy out there, right up there in that bait pod. It looks like something's busting on it, whether it's jacks or trout. Either way, I'm gonna throw it in there and see what happens. But there's birds diving, there's a ton of bait right here, so I'm just gonna sneak up right here. I'm probably in about 8 feet of water, and you can see all the baits kind of right here on the other side of this tide line. So yep, looks like some jacks right there chasing after stuff. So we might actually have a pretty good fight right here, guys. Let's see what we can do. There he is. All right. That's a good fish, good trout. All right, guys. Oh yeah, look at that chunk right there, guys. Single inline hooks, just got him right there on the edge. But man, beautiful fish right there. Pretty guy. Look how easy that is to come out. Super easy to go in, doesn't hurt the fish, comes right on out, and we can go ahead and release him. Hey, what's going on, guys? So I just wanted to give you a quick tip on cast netting real quick, especially if you're by yourself. So I'm right now on the edge of a really big flat, right at the end of the outgoing tide. So all of the bait and stuff is starting to get pushed off this flat, and I'll show you right here in a second. I went ahead and got my cast net out right here, and I'm just gonna sneak up. I'll show you exactly where I'm at. I'm gonna sneak up right here. I don't know if you guys can see that kind of different coloration. That's a tide line, and that's all the mud that's starting to come off, and basically all that bait's getting washed out right here. So I'm just gonna sneak up, throw the cast net out. Probably only have to do it about 1 or 2 times, and I'll have as many mullet as I want. You know, and then I'm gonna be good for, you know, cut bait and all that stuff. I think these mullet are a little bit big to rig up live, unless you're just wanting to, you know, catch a monster tarpon or something. But yep, see, there's bait busting right up there. There's even some jacks I've seen. There's a really active area in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these mullet and show you what I do to catch them. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the rope ready, and all I'm gonna do is kind of put it in my hand just like this. That way, as soon as you throw it out, it'll easily just come right out your hand, and there's no tangles. Now that I've got the net all the way extended and straight out, I'm gonna grab right here at the top, keep that together, and I like to do a little bit, you know, probably 1.5 feet or so down, just like that, a little small wrap, and then you're right there and you're ready to go. So now, let me get turned around here and we'll go ahead and show you. So now all I'm gonna do is go ahead and just go straight down with my arm right here. I'm gonna grab it, and guys, you know, hate me if you want, I put this in my mouth. We don't have any, you know, bad things around here to worry about too much, but just right there in the teeth. And then I'll just go straight down, 1 arm length, just like that, and I'm good to go and ready to throw. All right, guys, so I'm sneaking up on these mullet right now, just with the trolling motor out front. You can see them all out here in front of me, but where I'm gonna throw is in just this little bit of deeper water, and there should be some right there getting washed off this flat. All right, now that I'm close, I'm gonna turn the motor off. I'm gonna glide in. All right, decent throw. See if we get any on this one. All right, there we go. All the mullet we want right here, guys. Man, those are some big boys too. Golly. 1 cast, that's all you need to do. All right guys, so I caught a ton on that first cast, and basically I'm just gonna go ahead and put them in here and then switch them over to my bait bucket, then wash the deck off, and we've got some live mullet. But super quick tip, I just want to show you guys how I do it. This is the perfect time to do it. You can see right out here, you've got this huge flat, all super skinny. There's still mullet just everywhere. But when they start coming off this flat and they're getting pushed off, a lot of times those predators will stack up right here as well. I didn't really catch any. I think there's just so many mullet in the water. It's hard for them to kind of, you know, differentiate between my bait and then a live mullet, but went ahead and took advantage of it and grabbed some mullet. Now I've got some cut bait or whatever for later on to catch some redfish or things like that. But super quick tip, guys, just wanted to show you. All right guys, so I'm just easing up here. It's the last little bit of outgoing tide, and there's kind of some flats just basically all right in here. And what's happening is that last little bit of bait starting to come out here, and they're starting to kind of converge in this area here. So I'm just throwing an MR17. There's a lot of finger mullet and big mullet right now that are starting to move out, so I'm starting to see them, and I'm going to throw kind of on these flats and hopefully find some good trout, maybe even some redfish that are over here kind of ambushing this bait right before it gets out and kind of washed out to the main channel. There we go. That's a good fish right there. Really good fish. Oh, that's a big trout, guys. That's a big trout. Go ahead and get the net. Ooh, yeah. All right, guys. Trout magic right here. Oh, that's a red. Catches everything. Look at that, right in the mouth. All right, guys. Trout magic, catching redfish as well. Pretty little guy right there. All right guys, I want to go ahead and show you my retrieve today that I'm using with this Trout Magic. So guys, as you can see right here, it's got a nice little underspin, and man, there's so much bait and mullet and things in the water. I went ahead and switched over to this guy, and you can see it's got a lot of good flash and a perfect little paddle tail to give off some more vibration. So really what you're wanting to do is throw this out there and do a slow roll as close to the bottom as you can, and usually that's when they hit it. I've been getting a lot of short strikes today, but they have definitely been noticing this bait and going after it when nothing else has been working. Oh, right at the boat. Man, got him. There we go. Oh, nice trout. Nice little trout right there at the end of the boat. Oh, he's gonna go over. There he goes, guys. All right guys, so it's been a really tough bite today. I've been getting a ton of short strikes on the Trout Magic. I've been throwing a lot, and everything's been hitting short strikes. So what I ended up doing, guys, was going ahead and just switching over to Slam Shady 2.0. They're really seeming to like a kind of a white color today, but they weren't committing. So I went ahead and did kind of a finesse presentation as a super light jig head, just a 1/8 ounce jig head. And now I'm just kind of letting this thing ride in the current, and that seems to be doing the trick. So I'm gonna keep throwing and seeing, you know, as this tide starts to come back in now, if that's gonna be the ticket, because man, it has been tough, and they're only short striking all of my lures. So hopefully this is gonna be a trend. I just caught that one kind of doing with this technique, and I'll show you again kind of the technique that I'm using and seeing maybe if that's just what they want today. All right guys, so just threw it out there. I'm gonna let it sink a little bit, and I'm just gonna do a very slow retrieve, just like this. Give it a couple little pops. Very slow. I don't know what it is today, but they have a super soft bite. They're just not committing to a lot of these presentations. They're hitting it, but they're like hitting it on the tail and stuff like that. So hopefully by just slow rolling this 2.0, making it a super easy meal for them, they'll go after it. There we go. Finally got him. Man, super soft bites today, guys. Super weird. Real nice trout. There you go. There he goes. There we go. All right, nice trout right here. Pretty little trout. Oh, let's go ahead and let him go. So guys, all I did was the bite kind of slowed down on that other point, so I just went to this point. As you can see, that incoming current is kind of wrapping around right here, So I'm just throwing up current basically and letting my lure kind of drift back. And basically I'm thinking these fish are going to be somewhere around here on this seam, especially trout. They really like current seams just like this. You can see right here, they're kind of rough water, then a little bit of calm water. A lot of times they'll stay right in that transition zone, and that's pretty much where I just caught that trout. So let's see if we can catch a few more. There we go. Good fish there. All right. Nice trout. Back off a little bit. Oh man, there we go. All right, pretty little trout right here, guys. Just right here on the point. Trying to back off, not spook him too much. All right, there he goes. All right guys, so I just saw a little bit of movement here on this flat. So basically what I did when I was coming in, I came in here and then I just did a loop, and I'm gonna fish this cove now and get a few casts in there. Hopefully end up with a red. Oh, got him guys. Got him right there. Nice trout. Ooh, all right. Real pretty one. All right, let's get him in the net. All right, nice little pretty one right there on the 2.0, guys. There we go. Man, he doesn't even know he's hooked yet. Look at that, guys. Flounder. All right. Ooh, on the power prawn. Better get the net for him or he's gonna get off. All right guys. Oh, in the net. Pretty flounder right there, right on the flats. Gorgeous. All right guys, so that's gonna be it for today. Man, kind of a tough day. Not sure what was going on. Just a lot of short strikes and just not very committed bites. I don't know if it's they're just not liking this part of the tide cycle or what, but we can come back later and figure all that out. But guys, hopefully some of these tips I did helped. And again, you know, switching up to that lighter jig head and that smaller presentation. I don't think if I'd have done that, guys, I wouldn't have hardly caught any fish today. They were just having a super soft and kind of non-committal bite, and I really had to entice them with that 2.0. But hopefully if you guys are ever in a situation like that, you can at least switch over or kind of know something to do to at least kind of get you a few bites, kind of like I did today. But guys, if you got any questions or anything like that, be sure to leave them in the comments below.
And if you're new to Salt Strong, just know that we're the best online club for saltwater anglers, especially if you're targeting redfish, sea trout, snook, or flounder. There's nothing else like it, and we actually guarantee that you'll catch more fish while saving time and money. We do this with our premium education, the exclusive insider community, and huge discounts on all the tackle you need. To learn more, go to saltstrong.com. Otherwise, we hope to see you again soon.